Sister Tia, how you doing tonight?
I'm doing good. How are you?
All is well. Where you joining us from, Queen?
I'm in Houston, Texas.
Houston, Texas. I'll be in DeSoto, Texas on the 29th of January. Where would you fall on the color spectrum? Light, brown, dark, or mixed race?
I'm going to say dark brown.
Okay, dark brown, sister. Okay, so we got a dark brown sister. Break this down for us, Sister Tia. What do dark-skinned sisters need black women to know? Lighter-skinned black women to know? And what do y'all need all black men to know? What is life like as a dark-skinned African queen?
Well, I think I just want to open up by saying, and this, as cliche as it may sound, is true. Together we stand, and divided we fall.
Yes.
And so I think that the bottom line is definitely developing self-love and coming to know thyself. Know who you are, and once you come to know that, the rest is history. I think that many decades ago, the powers that be, or whatever you want to call them, developed a structural system to do just what it's doing today, and that's to divide the people. And so, we can start with Blumenbach, who based his theory off of race, and categorizing people into different races to justify the slave trade. And so colorism doesn't just strike the African-American community, the African community. It hits Latinos, it hits the Asian community. Colorism, is all around us. And so I think that, we really need to get down to figuring out who we truly are, and developing that self-love so that can then reflect upon the people that we encounter.
I agree with that, Sister Tia, but at the same time, I totally agree with you. And before you continue, but at the same time, a dark-skinned sister, which you are, who loves herself and know who she is, that doesn't stop her from being mistreated by lighter-skinned sisters, and that doesn't stop her from being overlooked by brothers of all shades, if you follow what I'm saying.
Yes, and here's where, as far as I can only speak for me and my personal walk, my personal experience, because people are going to treat you, people are going to be who they are regardless. People are going to treat you however, they're going to treat you to their highest good at that particular moment in time. So it's up to you as an individual to be able to decide, okay, how am I going to respond to the way this person is treating me? So we can't control what others do. We can't control what others say. We cannot control what others think. The only person that we have control over is us, as individuals, and how we respond to whatever it is that we encounter, which is why it's so important to know who you are as you move through this world. And like the lady that spoke before me, as far as family diversity, I have that. My mother, she's on the very light end of the spectrum, and my dad is on the dark end of the spectrum. My brother's light skin, and it's light skin, dark skin, all sorts of different colors within my family. And so, and that's something that I embrace and appreciate. And try to find, I'm looking at the character and trying to find out the beauty that each one of those family members bring to our family. Now, there were things that were experienced, like as far as great-grandparents, grandparents, when children were born, looking behind the baby's ears. Oh, is the baby going to be dark? Is the baby's going to be light? Doing that type of test. And that's something, again, that was embedded by, people of the Caucasian race. And again, that was something that was started to divide the people, and so that they could further detach from who they truly are, because we are powerful individuals, and people are afraid. People fear that. And so when you have that fear among amongst a group of melanated people, then, you know, what are they going to do? They're going to try to conquer that, and by conquering that, they're going to trick and divide and try to get cause as much division as they possibly can. And so, those are some things that we just have to come to know and stop fighting and judging one another. I mean, I think it's ridiculous and it's crazy, and also I've seen it, you know, far too much. I'm a teacher, a veteran teacher of over 20 years, and you know, teaching in public schools in the South, I have witnessed and seen, you know, some of the most horrific things that you could possibly see when it comes to bullying and colorism, especially amongst the African American community. I mean, it's gotten to the point to where I've hosted and held multiple restorative justice circles to try to diffuse the self-hate amongst our youth, especially when it comes to young girls. And that's when it just, you know, that's when it's up to the parents, because, you know, teaching and all of that starts at home. You know, so what are you teaching your children? Teach them who they are, and teach them, most importantly, to love themselves, so that self-love can reflect down into the world.
Well said, Sister Tia. Thank you for them comments, Queen. Well said.